in, and he's out! Get off! Take it off!
I'm not gonna win, I'm just gonna mess with File. All I'm gonna do is just keep getting DQ'd.
Who is that? Woo! You listen up, chump!
Honestly, it is
Hello, everybody.
an announcement for nothing.
A lot of people have asked. No more Band-Aids, no more bullshit. The truth is here, and it's coming at you hard. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Battle Pass. It is Tuesday, October 22nd, and I am so happy to be here so that I can share even more of, oh my gosh, what just happened? I can share even more of the PGF's information with each and every one of you. Hello, all of you wonderful people out there in the digital arena, and thank you for tuning in to the Battle Pass. Let me see if I can do it right this time. Hey, there I am for the Battle Pass again for this Tuesday. Holy cow, there has been a lot going on at the PGF in the last weeks that were going on. Our last event, man, it was Halo, and it was a beautiful, beautiful thing. Okay, I don't know about y'all, but Halo holds a special, special place in my heart. It does. I grew up with Halo. Okay, it was getting an Xbox for Christmas, and one of my first games, man, was Combat Evolved. And I didn't get a lot of games, but I tell you, when I played Halo, I played me some Halo. All right, and then from all the way to the only ever game that I have ever waited in line and or pre-ordered and paid the dummy special edition price for. You should never pay for those, especially now. They don't give you dick all. At least when I bought mine, I got an actual Master Chief helmet with books and shit inside of it, okay? I had to wait in that line for hours, and it was 2 days after I'd wrecked my crotch rocket and had a broken clavicle. Hey, got me to the front of the line, though. So, hey, if you got a broken bone, you might as well use it to your advantage. But the point is, for a lot of gamers out there, and the fathers of gamers, we all got our start in Halo, man. And what can the PGF do better than anything else in this world? Let me tell you, we can elevate. We can make it awesome. We can bring it back like Brittany, bitch. And that's exactly what we've been doing, because our second Halo event was awesome. The Big Mac Daddy had returned from court, and he had returned from court a winner. The Canadian government tried to go after him, and let me tell you, it was a pain in the ass, but we got it taken care of. The Big Mac Daddy does what the Big Mac Daddy does best, and that's go in and give him some attitude. I wish we had a video of some of his court, but I don't, so you have to go to the last Battle Pass so that you can get a look at the Mac Daddy's court case, because I tell you, we went in through the back door of the Canadian government, and it was one of the tightest ones we've ever had to go in, but we found our way in, and it was nice. We found exactly what the Mac Daddy was up to, and we gathered as much of that court case as we could through the CCTV camera. It was a beautiful, beautiful thing, right? Mac Daddy kicked their corporate law-abiding ass. Get out of here. Don't need it no more. All right, but once Mac Daddy got done with that court, he showed up to the next event with fire and brimstone in his eyes. All right, did we fix it this time? Did we fix it? All right, come on now. Show me what you're working with. Raise your ass. Boom. Hey, it takes an army, doesn't it? It truly takes an army, and my army at the PGF finally got it figured out. So, now that we got our shit together, let me share with you what the Mac Daddy was up to during the last Halo event. And I'll tell you, hang on to your britches, because that thing comes up so fast, I'm going to be balder by the end of it. Okay, we got to adjust these speeds, y'all. But whatever, I guess it's working, right, John? That's one of the, hey, as long as you get credit and you get to pat yourself on the back, because I know none of us are doing it. It's okay, because, you know, at the end of the day, is it going to work? Let's play that first video of Mac Daddy dominating the competition.
Where are we all at? I'm almost at 5,000 already. It's dominating.
Mac Daddy with 76,000. Good job.
And just like that,
3 months,
the
homie.
Big Mac Daddy has
We have been
clinched.
trying to teach you how to
I'll
pull
take
your
that.
head out
I'll
of your
take that.
ass
Thank you
the
very much.
entire
I'll
time.
take that. Thank you very
And now
much.
you finally
Mac
do.
Daddy is
You think
one
all of a
kill
sudden
away.
I'm
Let's
supposed
jump
to
over to
be
Mac,
saying,
see if he
"Good
can lock it in."
job,
Oh,
man.
boy.
Ain't
no.
happening that way.
He
You
got
get
the
one
victory,
cookie,
even
you
though
don't
it was
get
a
the whole
trade.
dozen. So, man, I'll tell you, Mac Daddy was doing his thing like ain't nobody done before, right? Now, can you retract it? I'll tell you, I ain't met a John that I liked, but at least he's getting his job done. All right? So let me tell you right now, that was the Big Mac. What do you mean they could hear me the whole time? I'm going to take you out back, beat you with a pillowcase full of phone books. That's what's going to happen. It's okay. He signed the waiver. Don't you worry about it. But what you did just see was the Big Mac Daddy absolutely dominating last week's Halo event, y'all. Okay, he came in with a just did not give a damn attitude. And from the free-for-all, where the only one that really put up a fight was the Rootin Tootin Titan himself, I mean, Mac Daddy came in and just wrecked house. Okay, the ODST match was pretty cool. All right, Mac Daddy, the Rootin Tootin Titan, File MK, and Button Ustin all went into a Halo ODST firefight match, where it's them against NPCs, wave after wave of Halo. Just the best thing you could ever ask for, right? Just some good old-fashioned fun. But even in that, these guys could not work together. All right, it's unbelievable the amount of competition that the PGF produces, and I love it. I love it more than anything else, man. So if you're here watching the PGF, I just want to say thank you, because it's the show that never stops. You never know what's going to happen. All right, but during last week's Halo event, okay, even though Mac Daddy was kicking ass, taking names, right, ultimately, he's not the only professional gamer. Our own boy, File MK, he is not one to take losing lying down. Ever since I've known File, he's pushed hard. All right, he's a young kid, so he gets distracted. He kind of forgets where he's at sometimes, and it may be shiny, and he'll get a little shook. But I'll tell you, he'll never let you down. This dude's got the fire of competition and the willingness to do whatever it takes to succeed within him. And that's why when he takes these losses, man, they're rough. Because last week, File caught a DQ. His computer was messing up. He couldn't get it taken care of before the clock struck 0. 60 seconds he was given to get his computer together before he was disqualified. Well, unfortunately, File MK got disqualified. All right, the match continued on without him. It was a free-for-all, and the Big Mac Daddy, again, dominated, and File just had to sit there and watch. But what we tried to do is get in. Yo, Yucca! Welcome to the Battle Pass. What we tried to do is get File MK's opinion on how he felt about his DQ. Watch yourself. It comes up quick. Come on, John. Send it. Okay. Whew. I'm telling you, man, those things just going to fly through the roof, isn't it, John? It's just going to take off and fly through the roof, and I'm going to look like a fool. That's okay, because even though it's up, we're going to see what happened when we tried to interview File after his disqualification during that Halo free-for-all game. Let's check out File.
You know what, Fall? Okay, let me say this.
No.
Let me say this. I think it's File.
We'll be back.
Yeah, man, as you could see, Johnny Malone showing up. That was our very own Johnny Malone. Let's watch that one more time. So Johnny
You know what,
Malone,
Fall?
as
Okay,
you
let me
see
say
here, was
this.
trying to
Let
get
me
an
say
interview
this.
with File MK.
I think it's
And File just ultimately showed why he just
File.
was pissed, right? He had popped that DQ, and we all were shook.
We'll be back.
You know, I've never seen File have such a wildly emotional reaction to us. Jeez. Hey, no warning. That's fine, John. Hey. So ultimately, that was crazy, right? File MK lost all semblance and just broke his keyboard and marched off. And I'll tell you, that doesn't happen lightly, right? File MK is a true competitor. This kid knows how to win. And unfortunately, last week, just kicked his ass. And I'm hoping that this coming up Friday, we'll be able to get a better insight as to what's going on with File. Because next week, it ain't slowing down for our boy File MK. We're going straight into Black Ops 6. Okay, this is a big, big day for gamers. Okay, Activision has been calling me every 20 minutes to raise the offer price. And I just say, I won't say you make good games. I'm sorry. And sorry, we have our pride here. We speak the truth at the PGF. As soon as they figure out how to make a good game again, I'll tell them they're making a good one. But we still got our hopes for Black Ops 6, which is coming up this Friday. And File MK, he's on the docket once again to show up. And I hope he's in a good headspace because we got a free-for-all match. We got a zombies match. And File MK is there, and he needs to be able to handle each and every one of those high-level competitions. So I'll tell you, I send out my love to File. I know he's going to do great. And I cannot wait to see how he shows up at that next competition. But I tell you, we ain't done talking about the past. While we're looking forward, we always make sure we're looking back. If you don't know how to do both at the same time, it's exactly why you're here at the PGF. Because the more you watch it, the more you'll understand anything is possible if you can look forward and back at the same time. Okay? So, also last week, I'll tell you, we have been watching over the last course of a couple of these episodes, the Mac Daddy and Button Ustin, man, the dynamic duo, or the duo of decimation. Because these two don't give any F's at all. All right? They care about one thing and one thing only, and that is victory. And I can tell you right now, ain't nothing showed that better than the good old Mac Daddy.
You know what, Fall? Okay, let me say this.
That's the wrong video, John. So, last week during the Mac Daddy and Button Ustin's Capture the Flag match against Bouncin Betty and the Rootin Tootin Titan, yeah, John's going to get it. Let me tell you. Okay, those two, that was a wild match. The Button Ustin and Mac Daddy came out swinging, and they did not stop until the very end. Button Ustin and Rootin Tootin Titan have nothing to do with what I was about to say. But Bouncin Betty and Rootin Tootin Titan, they were up from an uphill battle from the very beginning. It was relentless. Where Bouncin Betty and Rootin Tootin Titan were trying to have fun and win, there was no fun to be had on the other side. Because when it came to winning, Mac Daddy wanted to make sure that he had what was most important to him, the clout. Just look at
Where are we all at? I'm almost at 5.
I'm John, you and me, bud. I'll tell you, it's unbelievable, bud. All right, here it is.
Run into the free land, give that flag to us.
Real. Actually, you know what? I think I'll put that flag in. I think I'll put the flag in. Thank you very much.
Like orange and Orange Julius, man. This dude's going to be frozen, cold, and squished. It's unbelievable. Let's run her again.
Run into the free land, give that flag to us.
Actually, you know what? I think I'll put that flag in. I think I'll put the flag in. Thank you very much.
As you can see here, Big Mac Daddy actually killed Button Ustin just so that he could ensure that he would score that flag point. Ultimately, Button Ustin shook it off, but I could see deep down that was not something that that Button Ustin was willing to forgive. It'll be very interesting to see how these two work together, because as you know, ultimately, it's all going to come full steam at the Night of Nightmares on October 31st, because it's Button Ustin versus the Big Mac Daddy for the Professional Gamers Federation Championship. And that is a match that nobody is going to want to miss. Will you put the TV down, John? Hey, man, I do everything I can to bring the best and the best to the Battle Pass viewers like you wonderful people out there. But we pushed through like a rhino in the mud as we got another amazing thing. Now, I tell you, this slippery son of a bitch has just got me giddy with nostalgia. Because every time the Oily Arcader comes back in, man, I never know what he's going to do. Okay, he was retired. I never thought he would come back. But when he reached out after his interference during the UFC match, and he said he wanted to be part of the PGF again, well, I can tell you right now, it was one of the easiest decisions I could have made and did make. Because the Oily Arcader has came back and he has not let me down at all. Okay? That shiny son of a gun showed up during last week's Halo match, and he had a special message for his former buddy, the Big Mac Daddy. Let's check that one out if John can figure out his shit. John?
Hey there, Mac Daddy. Look who it is. It's your old pal, the Oily Arcader. Yeah, your old pal. It was you and me. We used to roll together, didn't we, Mac Daddy? See, you put on a suit. You cover those eyes. That don't change how I know you, Mac Daddy. You see, 'cause you can't erase the past. It's too slippery. You can't get your hands on it. Just like the Oily Arcader. You know I only do the finest. And you're not that no more, Mac Daddy. You used to be a fine, scented oil. Now you're sour. Not even good enough to cook with. Well, I'll come back for you, Mac Daddy. There's a lot of history that I'm about to teach to these young kids at the PGF. They don't know what's coming, but you sure do, don't you, Mac Daddy? I'm coming straight for you, bud, because it's time for us to get reacquainted. I'll see you real soon, bud. Real soon. Hey there, Mac Daddy.
I swear I could just take this
Look
guy
who
right
it
across
is.
my knee and spank him like the little boy
It's
he
your old
is,
pal, the
showing
Oily
me how qualified
Arcader.
he is. That was our one and only Oily Arcader. Johnny Malone is getting an interesting view of the slippery one himself. And I can tell you right now, I cannot wait to see what the oily one does as he continues to just come back in the only way that Oily knows how to come back. And that is with beautifully scented oils and the personality that you just really got to learn to love, okay? Because Oily's wild. Oily's wild. But I can tell you, man, when it comes to wild, ain't nobody more wild than PGF. Okay, we attract these people. We find people like Oily. And sometimes they find us. All right? And the thing that so many don't get about Oily is he is like he spends so much money on spas. This guy has a lifetime membership to like 42 different spas. It's unreal, man. And he's slippery. And it'll be wild. It'll be wild to see. But the show must go on, and Oily's slipping around aside. I can tell you, I think we got him. We will double check. But we have had a new and upcoming partnership, a duo that puts the Mac Daddy and Bud Nustin to shame. Because what Nustin and Mac do in dubs, they do not do in teamwork. And these two, honestly, they define what it means to put the fun back in gaming. Okay? They work together in spite of winning. Because winning isn't what ultimately is the point. Not for everybody. So some of our just most adorable competitors, I'll say it. We got the 6'5" Titan and the Bouncin Betty herself. These two, whenever I watch them, I can't help but just really cheer for them, right? And hope that maybe this is the one. Now, what we're going to ultimately do is okay. Oh, gosh. We're going to see if John knows what he's doing because he just told me that if you wanted a better worker, you should have hired more. Yeah. But what we're going to do is actually go down with our very own Bouncin Betty and the Rootin Tootin Titan and see how their dynamic duo has been going. Hey, you two, are you here in the Battle Pass? There they are.
Hello.
Let's go on down and talk to the Rootin Tootin Titan and Bouncin Betty. What is up, you two? How are you?
I'm great, Marcus, man. Coming off a really good week at the PGF, and I'm glad to be here on the Battle Pass.
So good to see you, Marcus. So good to see you again, Root. I'm so happy to be here and so happy to see all of you. Hi, guys.
Oh, it is always a pleasure anytime we get the two smilers in the studio. Because I'll tell you, we could talk forever, but it'll probably be about 15 minutes. No, I'm just kidding, you guys. Honestly, it is an absolute treat to watch you guys compete, right? So the first time you two teamed up, tell me about it. And, like, honestly, ever since then, you guys have just been, is there a goal you're pushing for? What exactly is the direction of, do you have a name for your team? Ultimately, we just want to hear about this new partnership. So, Root, what is it like playing with Bouncin Betty?
It's amazing playing with Bouncin Betty. Since that first week when we played Siege against Nustin and File, you know, our teamwork was tremendous. I'm really glad I could help Betty get her first win in the PGF and over some great competitors. But, you know, I think they really hate to see us coming because it seems that just our chemistry and the sheer amount of happiness we bring to the table just destroys our competitors' teamwork. We had, Nustin betraying File, you know, the team kills that cost them. And then we had Mac, who he then reimbursed that to Nustin for what he did to File in Halo.
Ah, yes. The
and
team
ultimately,
killing from Mac was pretty wild. And as you can see, when it comes to being on the wrong side of the tracks, you can't really end up trusting anybody. How is the trust between you two as these matches have been going forward since the Rainbow Six event?
Oh, well, we built that foundation at Siege, and just throughout the weeks, we've been practicing for hours, you know, off of the PGF, just us two, behind the scenes, getting better and working on our teamwork. Because ultimately, if our skill gets better, then we're going to climb the ranks. And, you know, they hate to see the Bouncin Titan coming their way.
The Bouncin Titan, man, I can tell you, there's a lot of people behind a very thick wall that would be scared as hell if they heard that the Bouncin Titan was coming. Okay, that's an Attack on Titan reference for all of you nerds who don't know the references like your boy Markus. But that's beside the point. Bouncin Betty.
Marcus, I'd love to hear Bouncin Betty speak.
Absolutely. Come on now, Bouncin. You can't just sit there and bubble and smile. Tell us, what has it been like? And starting off, of course, with that dub. Did you think you were going to win during that Rainbow Six Siege event with the Rootin Tootin Titan?
Well, I certainly hoped for it. We had been working and trying to get our teamwork down, so that was obviously our goal. And with the time that we'd put in, I really felt confident that we were going to get it. So I'm really happy that paid off. And I'm really happy we got to debut our team name, Bouncin Titan.
I love it.
Yeah, I think it's super fun, and it really captures our energies really well. And keeps kind of bringing us together to be a more cohesive team. So we just work really well together, and the teamwork, like Titan was saying, the time that we've spent on little gamer dates, if you want to call them that, has really paid off, and we've seen it in the live events, I think. And really, I mean, just more to come. We've got our practices set up for this week, and I think it's really going to pay off.
Wow, man, I can tell you, I can just feel the energy coming from you two. It's truly amazing to see that it seems to be, it's the long term. It's you guys are here for the marathon. All right, you know it takes a little bit to sync up. You know it takes some time to find the synergy. But ultimately, if you're on the top at the end, then the Bouncin Titan team, the old BTT themselves, they're the winners overall. And I just love to hear it. So as you went through the Rainbow Six match, that's when you got your proverbial toes wet. But after that, you went into that Halo match. It was a capture the flag against our two top competitors in the PGF, Mac Daddy and Butt Nustin. What was it like going into that capture the flag match, knowing that you were up against the Halo god himself, Mac Daddy, and the Butt Nustin?
I mean, I don't know about you, Titan. I was a little nervous just because they tend to throw those rules out the window. So you can only prepare so much for that kind of behavior. And I think I said it during the match, we really focused on the war and not just the battle. So I feel like we played really well, but ultimately the time that we're putting in is going to pay off in the long run, like you were saying, prepping for that marathon. And I think it was really good practice for our duo to go up against Mac and Butt Nustin. It's really just more exposure and trying to try out different strategies and techniques that we were working on the week prior. What do you think, Titan?
Yeah, we all went into the Halo match knowing that the Mac Daddy was, had the most skill and practice in it, and we put up a tremendous fight. I bet if you asked him, well, I don't know, he might not say it, but we put up a hell of a fight. And yeah, our teamwork, it may have been a free-for-all, but like I said, like Bouncin Betty was saying, Mac and all them, they're focusing on the one fight. We're looking at the whole board and seeing what's going to happen next, all right? It's the long run, and we're here to stay.
I love it. Because like you said, just before that capture the flag match, you had to go up against Bouncin Betty in that free-for-all. So what was it like knowing that you were going to be in a free-for-all match with your the very next match's partner?
It hurt knowing that I had to do that to somebody who I'd say is my teammate, my partner. We're in it for the long run, and if you look back at it, I didn't harm her.
Well, that is true. There were some calls from the other competitors of some teaming going on, which is amazing to see because at the end of the day, it was a free-for-all match. So Bouncin Betty, what was it like during that free-for-all match knowing that you kind of had a, 6'5", 10-inch Titan behind you, keeping you safe when he was supposed to be a competitor?
I mean, it's always nice to know somebody has your back, right? It can still be a competition and really still be a fair fight, even when we're, looking out for the people that we trust. And I think that the relationship that we built and really strengthened by being there for